You were going to mention, you earlier before we started taping, pretended to be the writers pitching a Wolverine film, which ended up being what we saw. How would those writers pitch that movie? Describe the Wolverine movie as a writer trying to get the job of writing the script.
What? How was I doing that?
No, he wasn't. He was
saying
I was the reviewer.
No, he
I
was
the
reviewing it. He was reviewing the movie as someone who's never heard of the property.
Okay.
Never heard of Wolverine or comic books.
So this week's film is a little picture by Fox Searchlight. It's called X-Men Origins Wolverine. And it's a story of this character. His name's Logan the Wolverine. No, it's not funny, believe me. It gets very serious at certain points of the film. And he starts out with these bone claws as a little child. And he's sickly, but he kills his father. And it's sad. It's very sad. So he runs out into the wild and he fights all these wars because he's immortal. And then later on...
Later on, what happens?
Later on in the picture, he meets a wonderful woman who he falls madly in love with. But it is taken from him when his brother comes back to kill her.
Wow.
And that inspires him to get metal claws. And the metal is called an adamantium, I believe.
Already right there, that sounds like the worst movie ever made. But you were saying that beat for beat. That is the movie.
That's the movie. I love the idea of a person who has no clue, like going into a movie completely blind,
I think
like
those
no
are the
television.
people who enjoy those films.
No
I think
internet,
these are the people who are enjoying this film. It's people who have to not know anything about how this character is actually good.
I give it 2.5 thumbs up out of 5 stars because I think the violence brought it down, but it was a love story in its simplest fashion. Man loves woman loves claws.
Yeah, I gotta think that the pitch session would have been similar. It's like, guys, I want to make this movie. My approach would be, it's about Logan the Wolverine. And what he does is, as a child, he's very upset.
I had a stack of comics, threw them away. So I don't want to be influenced at all. I want an original story that grips you.
I kind of remember what I read when I was 8 as being the story, but I'm just going to go with that. I know he's got claws, and there's some different guys with different powers. I'll talk to the guys from Marvel, but I won't ever pick up the phone. When they call me, I'll just grab whatever they leave on the machine, and it goes as the facts. They're like, oh, you got to put Maverick in it. Okay, great. Delete message.
Well, no, this is something we were talking about at Target when we were walking around.
Yeah, we were walking through Target, right.
Guys like Ryan Reynolds, who claim to be fans of comic books, how could you ever agree to play Deadpool?
You would think that you just put the script up and be like,
okay, now where's the real? Yeah, where's the Wolverine script at?
All right, who's hiding the real?
Like
Wolverine
you get the clowns that made Fantastic Four. They're a bunch of idiots. They're like, the Fantastic Four is a family comic book. Like Jessica Alba has no clue what that is. Right. The other guy's like, I'm a serious actor. Who's this Mr. Fantastic? Michael Chiklis is praying that he doesn't disappear again after the commission. And that one kid that was the Human Torch is just looking for any
But with
role.
this, you claim to have actual comic book fans. What happened?
Yeah. I would have picked the script. I'm like, oh man, that's really funny. Now where's the real Wolverine script? Like, this is a summer blockbuster, you know, flagship character, and
that's what you got. That's what you got, Nick.